Toyota Sienna, South Huntsville. Now that's a man does need a new water pump. Now if you want a van and want something to just haul parts and stuff, now that'd be something I have probably if it run good, because that's just got that one 1MZ engine in it. Just means you got to do the timing belt, but that's no problem. This video started over. I hope you guys didn't lose too much of that. 99 VW Passat. I had one of those one time. I'll never have another one. I had the same exact year. No, I didn't. I had a 98. And that thing never ran good enough to even drive it. I mean, you could, but this is one of those. If you buy a VW Passat, that is especially one of those 1.8T, those turbo 4-cylinders. If you buy one of those, or even the VR6 version, you need your head examined. 1.8 turbo, 2,000 miles on rebuilt motor. Yeah, you had to rebuild it because the damn oiling system stops up in them. Fair interior leather, no rips, new turbo. Except too, if you're one of the exhaust bolts broke on the head, need easy out, needs exhaust muffle. Turbo does run, but oil line is off for turbo. If I start it, will spray oil out everywhere. Did run, drove great. Well, it doesn't look like a bad car, but I wouldn't fool with it, especially since it's an automatic, and Volkswagen automatics are a time bomb. You can go on the forums anywhere, any place, and find all kinds of VW automatics that have disintegrated or done something. There's no way in hell I'd buy that car. There's Illumina. Nope. I like the idea of one of these. I wouldn't ever say I'd never buy one of these. This is a 93 Dakota 318 automatic 2-wheel drive. Needs some work on the transmission. Read that as it needs a transmission rebuilt. Needs to be cheaper than $1,000 then. 94 LeBaron. Transmission good, motor's bad. What do you do to the motor in it? Probably overheated it. There's a 2006 Pontiac G6 GT. That's another Ecotech, I bet. Your car currently will not start. I'm not a car guy. Should have no problems fixing it up. They always say that. Should have no problems fixing it up. They say that, or it just needs a timing chain, or it just needs a fuel pump, just needs a starter, just needs an engine, just needs a transmission. Look at the upholstery. The upholstery's got that. He's been in it so much it's shine. The upholstery's shiny. Blech. 93 is no Hondas. No Hondas, no Chevy SUVs, no Explorers, no Kias. There's your wrecked Jeep Liberty. Nah. No Taurus. There's a Taurus for $275. Jump time though. That's all's wrong with it. Just it needs a timing set on it. And you ask yourself, well, if it's something this fairly simple like this, why didn't you do it? You know, you always got to read between the lines and stuff like this. There's a stolen trailer. I guess somebody's looking for it because I don't want to buy a stolen trailer. There's another Ford Explorer, $500. Does not run. Does not run is in fair condition. It does run, but the front end was locked up. The front end was locked up. Wow. Nah. The junkyard has room for another one. 84 Dodge 600 ES convertible. Now I bought one of these one time. You remember that white one? But it was not a turbo. Sell for $1,000 for best offer. Transmission has new seals and filter, new battery, gas tank, pump and salt, fuel filter, brakes, master cylinder, shock struts. Has gas leak off the tank fitting. I did not have time to fix it. Top interior. Needs a top. Top's about $300. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. Not for $1,000 though, because it ain't a driver as it sits. Oh, another Blazer. Runs and drives good. Rebuilt title though. Everybody just has a freak out over rebuilt titles. Dodge Stratus, $900. Bah. Hyundai Elantra, $1,000. I had one of those. El Camino, not actual price. Ford van, 98 Chevy van. Another little Sabre. Suzuki pickup. You guys know I bought a Suzuki pickup brand new once. It was a 92. Ford Taurus. I wouldn't buy a standard Taurus, but I've seen a SHO come up for sale on here periodically. I wouldn't buy an automatic one, but I'd consider it a 5-speed. 97 Park Avenue. So you get in the drift now that you can find any amount of front-wheel drive GM cars, Tauruses, Explorers, Toyota Prius. Here's a good one. Now this is the first generation Prius right here, and these are the ones that have bad problems with the batteries. The batteries tended to not last in them. So we're going to look at this. If it's not wrecked, I guarantee it's probably got a battery problem, or the transaxle comes apart on them. Well, it's not really a transaxle, it's sort of like a CVT, but the part that's the drop propulsion system part of it tends to go. See the story. Okay, the battery's in excellent condition, was in excellent condition, would frequently go to full charge when coasting down a hill. If I do not use air conditioner and hyper mild around town, I could get up to 50 miles per gallon. If I drove normally about 42 miles per gallon. Hybrid battery will need to be recharged due to the vehicle sitting for several months. Oh no. Well, it's wrecked. What it is. Oh, that's bad. That's just like that car out there. It's just like that Avalon. It's hit the same way right there, right on the wheel. Can you see that? So the wheels leaned in. That's bad. That's always a lot worse than it looks, and that Avalon's the same way. Hybrid battery was in good condition. Now he keeps saying that. The thing about the hybrid battery, he keeps saying it needs to be recharged. See, he said this 3 times, so when somebody keeps saying something repeatedly, they don't realize they're doing it because they're trying to highlight something that's a problem with it without saying that. Up here it says hybrid battery will need to be recharged due to vehicle sitting for several months. Mechanic shop on Redstone Arsenal is where it's at. Those people are a bunch of idiots out there. Estimate for parts was $500 and labor was $500. Oh no, no way. That thing probably needs at least $500 just on the frame machine. Ran it great before. Hybrid battery's in good condition. Well, that's number 2. Now the hybrid battery needs to be recharged. That's number 3. The battery and the engine together are probably worth twice that. So he said 3 times about that. So basically the hybrid battery is no good, and what kills sales of these old Priuses like this is the first gen. I've looked into getting one of those, but when they need a battery, batteries are not cheap. You can rebuild them, but you're not getting out cheap on a Prius. Forget it. Oh my, tell me it's not true. It's a 99 Ford Explorer. We are selling our Ford Explorer in fair condition, titles clean, needs a motor. We're selling it $400. Take it to the junkyard. Just take it. Just get it out of there. Just get it out of there. Reclaim your yard. Get it out. Toyota Echo blown head gasket. He's trying to sell that thing for $500. Yeah. Nobody wants it because people here in this part of the country don't care much for those things. You saw what kind of shape that one was in that I bought. He didn't like that car at all. He horrible with that car, and they sure don't want one that's blown up. Mitsubishi, nope. Buick Century, $250. Only problem with this one though, it's a 94, and 94 was the first year they started using that wonderful 3100 engine instead of the 3.3. Head gasket's blown. Let's see, here is just a real. This is one of these situations that could snag $250 out of your wallet that you'll never get back in any form or fashion. This car has so much wrong about it. head gasket's blown. That means it has a bad engine. Just went down my yard, lost the title in a house fire. I understand that. Things happen. But, you know, it's like this guy, whoever this nice gentleman is, should pay somebody $250 to get it. He should give them money to get this thing out. There's no way that thing is not even worth $50 to anybody. 205 Astro van, $1,000. I've considered an Astro van. I don't know what I would do with it, but selling as is, whole parts, no title, no title. I don't want nothing with no title. Titles used to be fairly easy to get replaced here in this state, but now they made it a lot harder. 2004 Freestyle Loaded. Those are fairly nice, like a little crossover wagon like thing, but they eat transmissions. So let's see what's wrong with this one. Transmission needs worked on. How'd I guess that? Don't ever buy one of these with a CVT in it. Don't ever buy a Taurus with a CVT. Don't ever buy a Ford 500 with a CVT. Don't buy any Ford like that with a CVT, because the suckers are expensive as crap to repair or replace. You can get the cars cheap. 2006 Cavalry, good shape, good tires, cold SA, runs great, just needs to get out of my way. I have lost the title. How do you people lose so many damn titles? You know, they say that. They don't lose them. They can't be losing all of them. They just never had it. They bought the thing and drove it around a little bit and decided that they weren't going to fool trying to get the title. Now they're trying to pass it off on somebody else. You're never going to believe this. Here's another 2000 Mercury Mountaineer SUV. Have you figured out yet that nobody wants these things? Needs a timing chain. Yep. When they were using the 4-liter pushrod engine, they never had problems like this. When they started putting like what they did is they made the 4-liter engine into like a V6 version of the 4.6. It's not related, but they put heads on it that has the cam in the head, so it runs a big timing chain up to each head, just like the 4.6 and the 5.4. Well, Ford cheaped out on their timing chains and their head gaskets, so these things suffer either of those problems, and they're smart enough, they were dumb enough to buy this thing in the first place, and now they're smart enough to not even fix it, so now they're trying to stick somebody with it. No way. There's your 2002 Cadillac Davil, D-A-V-I-L. $250. Let's see what's wrong with this thing for $250. That's like what? Like 1% of what it was worth when it was new. Clean AC, heat all work, tires not abused. Come on, dude. You know that's not what's wrong with it. That thing's probably overheating like crazy. Not abused. O-B-U-S-E-D. There's no Camaro. No engine in it. Ford Aerostar, $650. 2000 BMW on a trailer. Now, isn't this great when you're trying to sell a car and you don't even take the thing off the trailer? It's like, I just bought this car for $250 and now I'm going to try to stick it to you for $800. Blown head gasket, TV monitors on all seats, original BMW tires, clean and ready, never had an accident. Well, I can tell you this much, there ain't nobody around here going to want to fool with that thing. I don't care if it does have TVs on the seats. It's a clean car. Headlight's missing out of it. See it right over there? Ain't got a headlight in it. It's a clean car, I guess, but nobody wants, you know, people are smart enough. They know that thing's a money pit. Nope. Here's a SHO motor, $700. Who knows if it runs? Probably can't start it. Put it back a page or something. Yep. Well, that's the end of it. So I'm going to end this up here, I guess. Oh, I forgot the Alero. Another Alero. Runs and drives 256,000 miles. That's amazing. There's the bomb right there. So, guys, I guess you can kind of see that for me to have found the stuff that I found on Craigslist, I had to do a lot of searching in different cities. I went here, I went Chattanooga, Nashville, Birmingham. Tuscaloosa, everywhere around here. I just looked and looked and looked and looked, and then what I would do is when I would get a group together, things that looked like possibilities, I would narrow them down and then decide on what was the best one, which I liked the best and which had the best chance of being fixed. So that's just the way I do it on Craigslist. And you know, there's your 4Runner, $1,000. It's got a bad engine in it. 4Runner year ago, $3,700. That's a 95. That's got that 3-liter 3VS 3VZ engine. And it's always been a great truck. I had to let it sit a while until I had the front shocks replaced and never thought to check the oil afterwards. Okay then. I was on my way home from Scottsboro, Alabama, and it started ticking. I made it to a friend's house to get towed. Starts and drives, needs a motor replacement, I'm sure. Everything worked great on this truck. I just don't have the time or money to fix it anymore. 1,000 firm. I know someone could flip this quick. 3.0, 4.0 works great. No, because here's the deal on that. As cars have gotten older, now if this was 2005 and that thing was 10 years old, now he could easily get $1,000 for it to flip it. But now it's not. It's 22 years later, and 4Runners are a lot nicer. People's expectations and standards are a lot higher. So this is something that has basically went to nobody wants to fool with it because it's old. It's got a crappy engine in it from the factory. Those were not a good engine. They had problems. So, you know, you may sell it. If you knock it down to $500 OBO, somebody may buy it if they just happen to have one of those engines, but you're not going to get $1,000 for it. It's just not that nice. It's not that worthwhile anymore. You know, somebody can make a good trail rig out of it, but, you know, it's just like cars seem to go is like, you know, they when, well, I'm not going to get into that, but that's just basically the way it is. As time goes on, the older ones just get older and they get less valuable. And he's just trying to, you know, it's like my neighbor over here said, he's got that red 87 pickup and he's just thinking about selling it. And he says, well, I just know what these things are worth, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, well, those that old are not worth much anymore because they're old, they're beat up, they got problems, and people want something nicer. They want a friggin' Tundra. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about all this, and glad to hear your comments. I'm glad you're here and appreciate the support, and thank you so much for watching. Have you a good one.